I'm Tyler Austin from Gungnir Strategic. Thank you so much for watching. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a review of the Olight PL Mini Valkyrie 2. Olight was kind enough to send this out to me to do some testing and review on it. So that's just something you should be aware of. Again, I'm full transparency when it comes to my reviews. And overall, I actually really like the light so far. Obviously, it's a smaller light that's intended for concealed carry, particularly for concealed carry on smaller guns, probably even a little bit smaller than this gun right here. This is a Smith & Wesson Carry Comp 2.0, just because I know people will ask. But again, overall, I do really like the light. The output on this is 600 lumens, which is pretty good for a light of this size. And on top of that, the candela is around 2500. So it's a very floody light. Doesn't have very high candela, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that, particularly for a light that's intended for concealed carry, and especially, obviously, going on a pistol. So you're going to get really good illumination with this thing, particularly to 25 meters. Probably the max effective range for this light's going to be about 50 meters, and that might be pushing it a little bit. But again, out to 25, it does just fine. The switch on it is really nice. I like it. It's very simple. You get just a simple quick click, and it goes to constant on. If you hold it in for like a second, maybe a little longer, it is momentary. So very simple and very practical. I like it a lot. It's not too complicated like some other lights are. Some really cool features about this light is that it has this really cool quick detach lever on this, which is really convenient to take it on and off. But on top of that, it uses this, I guess you could call it like a ratchet system, where you have a lot of adjustability with the light. So you can actually take the light off its mount completely, like that. But as you put it in, you can actually adjust the light forward and backward, and you can get a lot of micro adjustment to really get that light exactly where you want it. And then when you clamp it down, it just locks into place and it's secured. So that's actually a really cool feature, because when it comes to lights, particularly pistol lights and mounting them on pistols, they can be kind of finicky on adjustment. So this allows you to get a lot of micro adjustment out of that light positioning, which again is just really convenient. One other cool feature about the light is that it is rechargeable, and it uses a magnetic charging port. So you have this little disc here, and it goes right to the bottom of the light itself, and you plug this into like a USB port, and then it will charge the light. So that's really cool. So you don't have to actually take the batteries out of the light itself. It just recharges from that little port on the bottom. So one weird quirk about this light that you should know about is that although its max output is 600 lumens, which again is a pretty good output for a light of this size, every 60 seconds it will lower its output by, I believe, 60 lumens. And I'm going to assume that is to prevent overheating of the light. So again, for like the first 60 seconds, it's going to be at 600 lumens, but then every 60 seconds after that, it's going to lower its output by 60 lumens, which is kind of a weird quirk of the light, and probably one of the only things I don't like about the light in particular. I'd rather have a lower output, but a consistent output rather than it decreasing every 60 seconds. But again, you may not care about that as much. Some people may prefer to have the higher output for a shorter period of time and have it decrease over time for the higher output. I guess it just depends on exactly what you want and what you're looking for. I believe this retails around $60 or $70, which is very reasonably priced for a pistol light, particularly when you compare it to other lights out on the market. So if you're looking for a light that's small, that would be good for concealed carry, especially for smaller pistols, that isn't going to break the bank and that has decent performance, you know what, I think this is a fairly decent light, and is definitely an option you should consider. Again, this is the Olight Mini Valkyrie 2. It has a really good design, has some really nice features to it that are actually very nice and convenient. So I think it's something you should at least consider, again, if you're looking for a light for concealed carry, especially on a smaller pistol. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you did, please like and subscribe. Also consider joining my Patreon. Links down in the description below, of course. I'm Tyler Austin from Gungnir Strategic. Thank you so much for watching.